Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna do another classic rock reaction. This one is called Babe, I'm Going to Leave You. It's by British rock group Led Zeppelin. Let's get it. Nice acoustics.
Baby, baby, I'm gonna leave you. I said, baby, you know I'm gonna leave
Man, his voice with that guitar.
Leave you in the summertime. Leave you when the summer comes rolling. Leave you when the summer comes along. Baby, 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 I wanna leave you. I ain't joking, woman, I've got to ramble. Oh, yeah. Baby, baby, I will be there. Really got to ramble.
There are only 20 here, man.
I can hear it calling me the way it used to do. I can hear it calling me back home.
Must be a soldier being called off to war. Hold up, man. Yo. Sorry for the pause, man. Man. First impressions, man. I like a song that tells a story. Right there, it's already drawn me in. They've got this nice, soft, acoustic approach in the beginning, just with his voice alone. That alone is enough for me to sit and listen for probably all day. And then you add what I now know as the rhythm section between the drums and the bass, and it brings the thunder. You've got the best of both worlds, man. You've got some nice, wonderful, soft acoustics. It's slow, and then it drops in this thunderous chorus. Man. Obviously, the song is about, I'm thinking it's a soldier who has to leave his wife or girlfriend to go off to war. But it's more than just war I'm getting, because he wants to go. It's calling him. And so it isn't just a war, it's more like a crusade. And yeah, man, it makes me think of like far away places and far away times, maybe a different time. But yeah, the song itself, oh man, yeah, these guys, so young, 20 years old, making music like this. We really are living in a different generation, man. But excellent song, great vocals, great guitar work, excellent rhythm section coming in and still carrying that thunderous dropping beat that usually I've come to see in their like their blues work, but even like this with their mild guitar work, there's still thunder in it. I'm impressed as hell, man. Let's keep going.
I know, I know. I know I never, 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 never gonna leave you, baby. And I gotta go away from this place. I gotta get you, yeah. Oh,
I gotta get away from
baby,
this place. Something is calling me. This is
Woman,
powerful.
woman, I know, I know. Feels good to have you back again, and I know that one day, baby, it's gonna really grow. Yes, it is. We're gonna go walking through the park every day. Stop my day, every day.
He's telling her he's gonna return. Wow.
It was really, really good. You made me happy every single day. But now I've got to go
This song's really taking me on a trip, man.
That's when it's calling me. I said that's when it's calling me back
Excellent. What a great voice, man. Yo, man. That was a trip. Man, that was a trip, man. That's how I'm gonna describe this. that took me on a trip, some sort of an odyssey. It's like taking me outside of my body for a minute, man. Yo, I got so many visuals from this song. Just how they're approaching their singing, the story he's telling, um, and then the anxiousness of it when the rhythm section comes in and drops that power signature. Yo, man. These guys. These guys are an experience, man. Led Zeppelin. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. Yo, man. This trip I'm on with Led Zeppelin, this rabbit hole, man. It's deep as hell, but it's winding. I mean, their range in the sounds they can make, their ability to go from hard rocking tunes, blues, this acoustic stuff, the psychedelia of it, all of these things. I know that they can do folk. I reacted to what makes John Bonham such a great drummer. Unfortunately, it got blocked. But in the body of that presentation, there were a couple of songs that I heard, and they're capable of reggae, they're capable of country, they're capable of, yo man, just their catalog of what they can cover is impressive to begin with. And I would never have known all of that without taking a really good look. Yeah, okay, I hear my friend screaming at me through the screen right now saying, yeah, it took your ass a damn long time. Okay, guys. But you know what? I'm here now, and yo, man, this is an example of great range. I mean, how many acts do you know that are capable of going from blues to folk to acoustics to all of these different modes, different paths they can take? So far, in my opinion, that right there is the most impressive thing about Led Zeppelin. Let's see. I just got a warning that my battery is low, but I don't care. I'll just keep going until it dies. So Led Zeppelin, babe, I'm gonna leave you. Let me just do a little background. But you know what? Before I do a little background on it, I just want to give a shout out, man. I want to give a shout out to Cat Mayrant. Cat Mayrant. Thanks for recommending this tune, man. I appreciate it. It definitely gives me a really good understanding of what they can cover and their range. So let's do just a little quick recap of Led Zeppelin and get into this song and how it's formatted, man. Just bringing up my Wikipedia page here, man. Song facts. Led Zeppelin. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. Okay. So, Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy guitar-driven sound has led them to be cited as one of the progenitors of heavy metal. Their style drew from a wide variety of influences, including blues, psychedelia, and folk. After changing their name from the New Yardbirds, Led Zeppelin signed a deal with Atlantic Records that afforded them considerable artistic freedom. Although the group were initially unpopular with critics, they achieved significant commercial success. Led Zeppelin are widely considered one of the most successful innovative, and influential rock groups in history. They are one of the best-selling artists in history of audio recording. Various sources estimate the group's record sales at 200 to 300 million units worldwide. With RIAA certified sales of 111.5 million units, they are the second best-selling band in the US. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. The museum's biography of the band states that they were as influential during the 70s as the Beatles were during the 60s. It's quite an accomplishment right there, man. Okay, formation of the song. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You is a folk song written by Anne Bredon in the late 1950s. It was first recorded by Joan Baez and then by Led Zeppelin, who included it on their 1969 debut album, Led Zeppelin. Other interpretations of the song include versions by The Plebs, British pop singer Mark Winter, Welsh band Man, Vanilla Fudge, and Miley Cyrus. Yo man, I'd like to check out her version. Okay, the band covered Baez's version. Both Jimmy Page and Robert Plant were fans of Baez. Page played the song to Plant at their first meeting together at Page's Riverside home in late July 1968. Page has stated that the arrangement originated from his days as an early 1960s session musician. And I quote, "I used to do the song in the days of sitting in the darkness, playing my sixth string behind Marianne Faithfull. I worked out this arrangement using a more finger-styled method and then having a flamenco burst in it. Again, it's light and shade and this drama of accents, using the intensity of what would be a louder section for effect." Unquote. In his 2012 Rolling Stone interview, Jimmy Page cited this song as one that showed the empathy he and Robert Plant had when working together. And I quote, "I knew exactly how that was going to shape up." He said, "I set the mood with the acoustic guitar and that flamenco-like section, but Robert embraced it. He came up with an incredible plaintive vocal." Unquote. And asked what kind of acoustic guitar he used on this song, Jimmy Page explained to Guitar Player magazine in '77, "That was a Gibson J200, which wasn't mine. I borrowed it. It was a beautiful guitar, really great. I've never found a guitar of that quality anywhere since. I could play so easily on it, get a really thick sound. It had heavy gauge strings on it, but it just didn't seem to feel like it." This was from the early days of Led Zeppelin, before Jimmy Page expanded his meager guitar collection after a bit of inspiration from Eric Clapton. Page explained, and I quote, "In the beginning of Zeppelin, I had this very small guitar arsenal, a Harmony acoustic, a Telecaster. Then one day I went to Eric Clapton's house, and every room had all these guitars in them. His whole house was like a guitar shrine. I was like, crikey." Eric explained to me, "They are all tax deductible." So that's when I started buying more guitars. Okay, reception of the song. In a contemporary review for Led Zeppelin, John Mendelsohn of Rolling Stone gave Led Zeppelin's version of "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You" a negative review, writing, "The song is very dull in places, especially on the vocal passages, very redundant, and certainly not worth the 6.5 minutes that Led Zeppelin gives it." God damn. What in the hell? Okay, I'm gonna move on from that. I got too many things to say, so I'm gonna shut up and keep reading. Record producer Rick Rubin has remarked, "It, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, is a song with a classical nature that also really rocks. It really takes you on a trip." There we go. Takes you on a trip. In popular culture, there is a Led Zeppelin drinking game where you have to take a swig every time Robert Plant sings Baby. This song leads to inebriation because he repeats babe or baby 31 times. Okay, there we go. That is song facts and information about Led Zeppelin and the song. Okay, man, no. I'm gonna say something. Let's go back to this Rolling Stone guy for a quick second. No, can't let it go. I'm gonna say something, and it's probably gonna bug maybe a few people. I can't let this one pass. This relationship between Led Zeppelin and critics, especially I'm looking now more so at Rolling Stone. What is their deal, man? You know, you've got people who are praising them on one side. Rick Rubin, record producers, praising these guys to the hills. And then you've got Rolling Stone. Okay, you're a critic. I guess you're being paid to provide color commentary and criticism. Now, I don't know, maybe the guy actually likes them, but he's being paid to show contrast, and that's why he's ripping them up. But you know what, man? This goes beyond just criticism in a constructive fashion. This is not only rude, but it's dismissive of their talent. Like, did these guys not see their success around them? If these guys are as influential as in the 70s as the Beatles were in the 60s, yo man, what the hell is your problem? I can't understand why the critics did. I won't say critics, I'm gonna say Rolling Stone. I keep seeing these accounts of Rolling Stone just tearing Led Zeppelin apart. I just don't get it. Anyway, no, I gotta keep talking about this. So let me give you guys an idea of where I'm coming from, all right? I get your song requests. I sit down. I source out the songs. I load up my links to Wikipedia song information and all of that stuff, put it all in a folder. A week or two passes. Now I'm gonna react to the songs. I load up 2 or 3 songs and I sit down just like now and I start reacting. Along the course of the way, I encounter songs that I don't like. So immediately I discard those songs. What you're seeing right now are from me on my channel are only songs that I personally like. I am not a critic. I am not committed to tell you what I don't like. I'm only going to share with you what I do like. There's so many songs out there. I'm not going to waste up good time with showing you what I don't like. What I don't like might be a slap in the face to someone who does like that song. So I'm not going to be focusing on giving you color commentary on what I don't like and why I don't like it. I'm only going to show you what I do like. Personal preference, that's how I roll. This guy, man. You know, I mean, I'm just going by that old sentiment of if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. Just move on. And that's what I do. But I don't know. It's really putting a bug in my butt. The way Rolling Stone seemed to be attacking these guys back in the day. Let me know why that is, man. You know, I mean, some of you have mentioned to me before that Led Zeppelin, they were not a typical typecast band that went through the same process as other bands, and Rolling Stone couldn't control them or something in that regards. But this is just a very mean review, bottom line. And yeah, man, I don't understand it. There had to have been something that caused them to just really dislike the band. So give me a little bit of background about as to why, man. Anyway, moving on. That bugged the hell out of me. Okay. So back to this song, man. I really like the way they can go from a nice, soft, beautiful acoustic platform to then going into a thunderous, strong, powerful, fast-moving chorus, and then back again. I love that. I love those transitions, man. And the rhythm section is incredible. You know, how the bass and the drums comes in and then takes them out and puts them back into that really nice, soft main body of the song where he's telling the story. And I love that. You know, this song has everything in it. It tells a story, it gives you a great platform of an intro, and it drops where it's very important for you to understand what's going through the mind of that I'm thinking it's a soldier. But you know, I was saying that this really, it takes me on a trip somewhere through the eyes of the soldier, but I think it's more than just a soldier. Like what I was thinking of when this song was playing, I was taken away to like almost like a medieval times, different times where, you know, you know what I was really thinking? I was thinking about like Robert's rebellion in Game of Thrones, where Ned Stark had to leave Lady Catelyn and go off with Robert to fight the Targaryens in Robert's rebellion. I was thinking of that. Or when like maybe Jon Snow had to leave Ygritte to go fight White Walkers, something like that, to the wall. I was also thinking about Bilbo Baggins and his great adventure. He left the Shire to go off, you know, to find the ring. Yeah, you know, the stuff, that's what I was thinking of. Or Aragorn leaving the elf princess to go off and then come back later to be crowned as king. So a great escapade. And for some reason, this song was taking me back to those kind of medieval moments. This song would be a fantastic soundtrack to a movie or a show like that, wouldn't it? I mean, you know, it just takes you somewhere. And I like how he, in the song, he keeps going back to how he has to leave his fair maiden. He has to leave because there's something greater that's calling to him. So he isn't just a reluctant soldier. He is motivated. He wants to leave. It's calling to him. He has to go. So where's that part in the? I'll leave you in the summertime. I'll leave you when the summer comes a rolling. I ain't joking, woman. I got to ramble. I can hear it calling me the way it used to do. Man, that is powerful conviction. But then, let me just scroll down. But then he says, and I know that one day, baby, it's really gonna grow. Yes, it is. That means when he returns, they're gonna be together and they're going to grow their relationship. We're gonna go walking through the park every day. Yo, man. So it starts in the beginning. He's got to go. It's calling him. He's got to leave his lady fair. He goes off on his escapade. He comes back. Now, maybe they're getting married. They're going to raise a family. Go walking through the park every day. Love that, man. From beginning to end. And in the middle, you've got the chorus, the thunderous chorus, kind of giving you an impression of what's happening he's gone off. He's maybe fighting a war in a campaign, and then he comes back like Aragon to be crowned king, and now he's got his elf princess. I know this is all fantasy stuff, but for some reason I'm thinking about all of that. But little does this fair maiden know that a guy like that will always have a war to fight. But I'll shut up about that. So I'm just gonna scroll down here, man, to my notes, because I remember that I left a few notes for this reaction. Okay, here are my notes. So first off, thanks everyone for your suggestions. I appreciate that. It really helps with this Led Zeppelin journey. I describe it as pulling back the curtain beyond their conventional commercial hits and now uncovering what's behind the curtain, or the tip of the iceberg, and then going below the surface, and you discover there's this fantastic, great body of music. But I typically just describe it as the rabbit hole. When a lot of you write to me, you basically say, how's your rabbit hole journey going? So yeah, this rabbit hole, man, is deep and winding. And this is an example, this song, of what I mean by winding. I was starting to kind of get comfortable with their beautiful bass lines and their blues, but this song, really, I like it just as much as their powerful blues songs. The acoustics in the beginning, and then you've got the thunder that comes in. It's wonderful stuff, man, and I like it just as much as their blues tunes. And that's saying something. That's saying a lot. When I play this song to my dad, I'm gonna challenge him. I'm gonna say, now compare this to their blues, and you tell me how this measures up to their blues songs. And it's going to be interesting what he's got to say. Yeah, another note I left for myself. Yeah, I'm blown away by their range and what they can create. And I wanted to, okay. I told you earlier that I responded to John Bonham's song, or not his song, but his presentation of what makes him such a great drummer. And I came across a couple of tracks that I heard samples of, and it further enhanced how well their range goes, what they can cover. So unfortunately that reaction got blocked. But in that, I also wanted to address how I'm going to proceed with Led Zeppelin and how I'm discovering it based on all of the requests that you're giving me. It's all over the place, and I realize now with Led Zeppelin, you're telling me that 99% of their songs are worth knowing. Well, if I'm going to really get into discovering Led Zeppelin, I'm going to have to start from the beginning. I'm just going to go to the beginning, and I'm going to start pretty much from the first album, make my way back. So it's going to take me a little while to get to your request, but I will get to it. And so just a little patience with me, but I don't want to miss a thing. So I'm just basically going to start from the first album, the first song, and just work my way in. The exceptions will be the odd reactions, maybe to a live version of something. So there might be a little skipping around, but not that much, just so you know. Yeah, man, and that's basically about it. Last note is I can't find the song Hammer of the Gods. Maybe it was some sort of a special soundtrack song, and it's not in the main body of their work, but let me know where I can find that, or if you have a link, because I can't find the song Hammer of the Gods anywhere. Okay? Anyway, man, that's it for me. I gotta get out of here. My battery's dying, so thanks very much for joining me, and take care, have a good day, and I'll catch you in another reaction. Take care. Peace.